the governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, former governor of Ogun State and senator representing Ogun East Senatorial District, Otumba Gbenga Daniel and wife, Yeye Olufunke Daniel, former governor of Ogun State, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, former governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Henry Siriake Dixon, Pa Ayo Adebanjo, Chief Razak Okoya, Chief Emeka Anyonku, Africa's richest man, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, Justice Adeshola Oguntade, Chairman and CEO, Guregu Power PLC, Mr. Femi Otedola, the Chairman and CEO, Biscon Communications, Prince Bisi Olatilo, President of the Africa Development Bank, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, Special Advisor to the President on Monetary Policy, Mr. Wale Edun, among many others. There was also a long list of traditional rulers, religious leaders, captains of industry, lawmakers and members of the diplomatic corps who came from far and wide to honor the late Otumba Michael Olashubumi Balogun. The first reading for the service was taken by Right Reverend Joshua Onyilola from Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1 to 15, while the epistle was taken by the Bishop of Egba Diocese, Right Reverend Emmanuel Adekunle, from the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 13 to 18. In the sermon themed, "The righteous will be separated from the wicked on Judgment Day," the Bishop of Remo Diocese, Most Reverend Michael Fakbe, he described the deceased, Otumba Michael Olashubumi Balogun, as a genuine example of a life in Christ and a man who demonstrated practical Christianity, serving God with great passion till the end.
Brethren, he was a friend of the church. He contributed immensely to the progress of the Church of God. Today, we can say, one thing which marked out this man was his sense of gratitude to God. He was a committed Christian who was appreciative of the grace of God in his life. For him, all of his achievements in life were credited to the benevolence of God and his grace. He had touched lives. He had impacted his generation positively, and his footprints are on the sand of time for whoever cares to notice them. The over 206 branches of FCMB with over 12,000 workforce are eloquent testimonials of his impactful life. A philanthropist of no mean stature, through his foundation, Otumba Tuashe Foundation, the legacies of Otumba Shubumi Balogun are all over this country in health and educational sectors, with special reference to Iye Shubumi Child Care Center, a fully equipped air-conditioned 40-bed children's center at Ijebu General Hospital here, and the Otumba Tuashe National Pediatric Center donated to the University of Ibadan along Shagamu, Benin Road here. Otumba Shubumi Balogun was a recipient of many national and international awards, and indeed Nigeria and the entire world will not be easily forgotten in the memory of people because it continues to live.
This was followed by prayers of the faithful, the Eucharistic rituals, administration of the Holy Communion and post-communion prayers. The event featured special renditions by the choir, soul-lifting hymns, special thanksgiving and prayers for the deceased and members of his family, led by Reverend Folorunso Osifwa. remarks of the governor of Ogun State, Prince Dakwa Abiodun, he expressed delight at the deserving farewell given to Otumba Michael Olashobumi Balogun and described the deceased as a prodigious intellectual who established himself as a pioneer of entrepreneurial banking in Nigeria.
Today, we are gathered here to bid a farewell to the great Otumba Olashobumi Michael Balogun, CON. A proud, illustrious son of Ijebuland, Ogun State, and Nigeria by extension. I'm extremely delighted and humbled, and I feel very honored as one of Baba's sons and his governor to stand here to eulogize and make a few remarks about these business colossus of our time. On behalf of my family, the government and the good people of this great state, we offer our deepest condolences to Olori, the boys, the spouses, and the entire Shubonyi Balogun dynasty, the Awujale and paramount ruler of Ijebuland, and all sons and daughters of Ogun State. May the Lord forgive Baba's sins, accept and grant the repose of his soul. Omoriri Agbeyin gbogbo wa o. To all those that have come from far and near, I wish you journey mercies back to your various destinations. God bless you. Thank you very much for listening to me.
The funeral service for the late Otumba Michael Olashobumi Balogun CON ended with the Hallelujah Chorus, final hymn, and recession. The remains of the late Otumba Michael Olashobumi Balogun thereafter departed the church for a private final interment. A grand reception was held to celebrate the great life lived by the late Otumba Michael Olashobumi Balogun, Otumba Tuashe of Ijebu land and Ashiwaju of Ijebu Christians, at the Otumba Tuashe Court, Ijebu Ode in Ogun State. The event started with solemn music rendition by Segun Olayemi, popularly known as Arugbo Ojo, who has been Otumba Michael Olashobumi Balogun's favorite gospel musician for over 14 years. On the bandstand was evangelist Dr. Ebenezer Obey. The vintage band was also on ground to support in the supply of highly invigorating music. It was indeed a moment of intense celebration of a life well spent, as family members, friends, and associates of the late Otumba Michael Olashobumi Balogun celebrated till the very end, with the children, wife, and grandchildren of the deceased taking turns to dance to the music of the vintage band, who treated them to different idioms of contemporary Nigerian music. From Biscon Communications, it's farewell to Otumba Michael Olashobumi Balogun, CON. Here is the breaking news of the moment. Biscon TV, the most exciting 24-hour general interest television station, parading cutting-edge programs in news, sports, politics, business, foreign news, fashion and style, entertainment and lifestyle programs, Biscon movies and more, has been moved to channel 144 on GoTV. Our programs begin daily with Biscon Breakfast Bubble (BBB), featuring newspaper review and interviews on trending issues. Biscon Roundtable is our daily discussion program on essential tips on life and living. Biscon TV broadcasts news 7 times daily from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Biscon TV can be watched in all parts of the country now on GoTV channel 144 and live streaming on Biscon TV on YouTube. Biscon TV live streaming on YouTube is the fastest growing, most watched 24-hour live streaming channel on YouTube. Remember, Biscon TV has been moved from channel 108 to channel 144 on GoTV. Biscon TV, interactive, engaging, and unconventional.
It is very significant because the Olubadan is giving more of his own crown. All these crowns will still be Olubadan's crown. It is the same thing as in Iwo. I have over 35 kings, and the Oluwo is the one that gave them crowns. Though they came from many other places when they were ravaged by war. In the olden days, some came from Oyo, some came from Owu, some came from Ogbomoso. And when war ravaged those places, they came, we settled them, and when we feel like it's good for them to represent the Oluwo, then we gave them crowns. And all the crowns in Iwo land belongs to the Oluwo of Iwo. So the same thing, what they're doing here, the crown that the Olubadan is giving out still remains the crown of the Olubadan. It's the one that can give, and it's the one that can. And Oluwo of Iwo has been doing that. You might see something of this nature that they upgrade some other baales, some other minor chiefs to crown. Some other chiefs, they can elevate them. But it's a normal thing to elevate. When you give your crown more, then there is more crowns from the Olubadan. And he can have a bragging right over those crowns. God bless you.
Well, today marks another illustrious day in the illustrious life of this great city and metropolis. Culture is evolving right before our eyes. There was a time Ibadan had a ballet administering the whole of Ibadan. Then, at the time, we started having crown-wearing obas, the Olubadan. Now, because of the size of the city and the demands of the people, the Olubadan, as the consenting authority, has requested from the governor to have the Ibadan High Chiefs, 11 of them, to be crowned as obas, administering different local governments. So today is a great day.
I see this as there are 3 different prongs to it. One is the dignity to the Imperial Majesty Olubadan of Ibadan, because what is happening today is going to bring a lot of dignity and finesse to that throne. Secondly, this is going to bring about good governance to our various local governments in Ibadan land. How so? Because in a situation where you have the Obas that are going to be directly involved with the governance of our people. That is the second part. The third part is the fact that in Yoruba land today, Ibadan have a role. We have history. And what is happening today is symbolic of the change and the evolution that is normally expected for a big and large city like Ibadan land. So we are very grateful to Almighty Allah for what is happening today. We know that this is indeed good for Nigeria as a whole, or your state at large, and Ibadan in general. Thank you.
I feel extremely happy. I'm so grateful to God. That is what He has been looking forward to in life. And God has answered our prayers. And He's an Oba today. We thank God for His mercy.
Justice Moshood, ọmọ tuntun dé, Akínfẹ́mi Abbas, ọkọ̀ táwọn lájà alẹ́. Wọ́n bí dókítà lọ́mọ. Adára tó bẹ́ wà ó, àyẹ̀wò kàlẹ́ sáwọ́dí.
èèyàn tí wọ́n ti wà níkàlẹ̀. ńlá àwọn ẹ̀dá kọjá.
The first cultural ambassador of the National Museum in Liverpool.
Ọ̀tún Sànúsí.
Ọmọ kan ṣoṣo bíi mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dọ́gbọ̀n.
Tí wọ́n máa ń pè ní Lájì.
Odidi o.
Ṣé rí bàbá lọ́jà ìjẹlẹ́ra? Wọ́n fẹ́ sọ mí lẹ́nu ni. Nígbà tí wọ́n ti ń gbúròó mẹ̀kúnnù, orí ọkọ̀ wọn nú ẹ̀. Ìbàdàn gbàlejò lónìí.
Tá a bá sọ pé àwọn òwe ìgbàgbọ́.
torí pé bàtà àbátí ìkúláyé ìtọ́mọ̀ tóra rẹ̀ kọ́ náà ni.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni o.
ìtàn tó tóra rẹ̀ kọ́ lónìí ẹ má bá ń yàgò fún olórí o.
olórí fún láyọ̀.
pé èèyàn bá ẹsẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ olórí kò lè níwájú kábíyèsí o. ẹ bá ń fi àyè lẹ̀ fún olórí o. bí kábíyèsí fẹ́ràn yẹn bí ojú. èèyàn bá ẹ kàn dé nínú yọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ olórí ọ̀tán bẹ̀rù.
mo rí mágàjí ìfálérè fagbéró ààrẹ ọ̀jẹ̀ gbogbo ilẹ̀ áfíríkà ẹlẹ́gbẹ́dá kábíyèsí akínyẹ̀kú kàlẹ́ ọtí ẹlẹ́gbẹ́dá àti ẹgbẹ́dáwọ́.
aṣíwájú olóòdì káyọ̀dé aníṣẹ́rẹ́ ara àwọn tí ń bẹ́.
sí mi dáadáa tẹ́lú olúwo ọba abdulrasheed adéwálé wẹ́dọ̀.
wọ́n dá pàtí tí a ṣe lọ́dọ̀ lónìí. alága àwọn torí mo ti rí gbogbo àwọn alága ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ pátápátá ní ilẹ̀ báyìí sí ní ti ọmọ ìlú pátápátá wọ́n ti wà ní abẹ́rẹ́ ní adémọ́lá elépo.
adéwọ́ ẹ̀yìn tó funfun gbò.
akínyẹ káàbọ̀. àdúgbò mo ti rí mọ́gàjì ilé àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi bọ́ládé sàlámì mọ́gàjì ilé akíntọ́ mọ́gàjì
kazeem akíntayọ̀ àwa ni báko ilé pé òbọ̀ mọ́lẹ̀.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni a ti rí mọ́gàjì agbọ́ onílákú wọ́n ti wà ń bí ẹ̀ka bọ̀.
baálẹ̀ akíntayọ̀ náà wọ́n wà níyà.
arọ́dí gbogbo àwọn bí àwọn elétò àwọn oníṣẹ́ ìròyìn àwọn ayàwòrán mo kí báàgì ti gbogbo Ṣakí àwọn náà ti dé ti pẹ́ àti ẹ̀wà mọ̀ bọ́yá Ìbàdàn gan ni wọ́n ń gbé ní àbí nìbàdàn wà ń hà yìí. jọ láti lọ ọmọ ọba tó jẹ́ pé awò nìbàdàn bí nìbàdàn atọ́ nìbàdàn ni wọ́n ó tó wá di ìlú mọ̀ káàkiri àgbáńlá ayé tẹ́ ẹ bá ń gbọ́ BOS Biscon TV Global Television.
olúwo lábọ́sìdé bẹ lọ́dọ̀ wa báyìí.
ọmọ ọba mi wá yìí tì.
kábíyèsí wà lórí ìdókò.
ìnáwó máa rántí bàbá tí ó bí wọn fẹ́ òdòdó ẹ̀yẹ ní orí ìbòjì bàbá arẹmọ òrèmọ bí gómìnà bá wà ní ìlú màjáàkú wọn náà wà kútu èjì wọn lè wà dà.
àti bàbá wa wọ́n yé Olúbàdàn.
ṣé wọ́n gbà á ṣé bàbá
Àlàbí
àpọ̀gbọ̀n tiẹ̀ tí wá gbogbo èèyàn kù mọ́lẹ̀.
àwọn náà máa ní kí nǹkan bọ́ sí ráìtà.
kó tó wá jẹ́ ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ nígbẹ̀ tó fàdà tó ṣe wà
kí àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ìyálóde ti Ìbàdàn èmi àpọ̀.
ẹjọ́ tí wọ́n bá ti súnmọ́ bí ẹ máa bá mi ṣe kábíyèsí ni o.
tẹ̀lé bí wọ́n bá ṣe kọjá wájú wa á máa dáàbò wọn fún yín. ẹni tó ṣe Ọlábí Ọlákùlẹ́yìn àwọn ẹni wọ́n ń bọ̀ yìí.
balógun tilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn nù.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹni tó ń bẹ ní apá ọ̀tún wọn ọ̀tún balógun ilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn ọba Tajudeen Ajíbọ́lá
Abímbọ́lá Ajíbọ́lá
agbẹnimáfọ̀hún
agbẹninu
agbẹninípọ̀hún wọ́n wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́.
ẹ̀yin tẹ́ di ọ̀nà wájú kábíyèsí bẹ́ẹ̀.
ẹ̀rọ ti pé wọ́n kọjá ẹ̀dá kùtù lọ́dọ̀.
ẹ̀rọ kò gbogbo ẹni ọba láǹfààní láti lu ẹni tọ́lọ̀ fún láti la ẹni tọ́lọ̀ fún láti fi sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ bá mi ṣe kábíyèsí o. bẹ́sí àkàkọ́lá wọlé. ó dàbí ọmọ bàbá àtàlẹ́ mùsùlùmí nígbà yìí wọn. sẹ́nitọ́ Sọjí Àkànbí ọ̀kan lọ́mọ gbogbo ilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn ẹkú tó mẹ́ta o. sísà mi kọ́. ẹjọ́ abẹ́ẹ̀kiri ìkóbọ̀ ó kí honorable speaker gbogbo ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ right honorable Adébọ̀ wọ́n ní ọmọ òní bá pèlè ẹ̀ kó ṣe aṣọdá béèyàn bá rántí bàbá.
ẹni ẹni àṣìpá àjọbí ààrẹ.
ọ̀tọ́ bá ṣẹ́gun ògún mi.
àjọbí ààrẹ very good. ayò olóyè pásítọ̀ adéojú tí ó ti
ṣe látàárọ̀.
ọ̀rẹ́
yóò mọ túṣe.
thank you. ẹ̀rọ Gaddafi. mákàjí.
ẹ̀gbọ́n wa dáadáa ọ̀rẹ́ mi justice olóyè ọ̀ṣun abbas ààrẹ balógun bá mo fi gbogbo lẹ̀ bàbá bàbá wa ààrẹ mùsùlùmí gbogbo lẹ̀ yorùbá sẹ́ni tí a bá ní ẹkú oríire ìbàdàn lẹ́yìn ọmọ dáhùn ìdí ni pé gbogbo nǹkan pátá ọlọ́mọ bá sì wọ́n ní kí ọmọ ọ̀sẹ̀ láti ìbàdàn yọ̀wọ̀ àmọ́ ṣan bí odò yọ̀ kárí lẹ́yìn.
bàbá ìwà àti lọ́ọ̀yà lásán nígbà Báṣọ̀run ẹ̀mú kí Abíọ́lá ń bẹ láyé lọ́ọ̀yà.
ẹ fi ojú ọ̀nà sílẹ̀ ẹ fi ojú ọ̀nà sílẹ̀.
gbogbo ẹ̀ náà la mọ̀ nígbà Ọlọ́run wà kí àwa ọmọ ọ̀nà àrà àwọn ni Ọlọ́run fi ṣe kábíyèsí wa bẹ̀ ọ́ aṣojú kábíyèsí.
alága àgbìmọ̀ lọ́balọ́ba tí Olúbàdàn fi ta kókó síbẹ̀ àwọn ni lọ́nà àrà. ẹ dákun ẹ bá wa fi ọ̀nà lẹ̀ fáwọn orí adé wọ̀nyí. ẹ bá ń fi ojú ọ̀nà lẹ̀ bàbá wa His Royal Majesty
Adébíyìnpé.
Abọ́ládé Sàlámì ṣe é rántí pé ní àsìkò tá a wà yìí.
ṣe é rántí pé ní àsìkò.
Abbas Alẹ́sìn lọ́yẹ́ dé tiẹ̀ Lágelú dé tiẹ̀.
His Royal Majesty Ọba Ẹ̀dí Oyèwọlé Òsì Olúbàdàn tilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn.
ẹ bá wa fọ̀nà lẹ̀ o bàbá Ẹ̀dí Oyèwọlé àti bàbá wa His Royal Majesty Ọba Abíọ́dún Kọ́lá Dáìsí Aṣípa Olúbàdàn ilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn. bàbá wa His Royal Majesty Ọba Kọ́lá Adébọ́lá.
ẹ lè tẹ̀lé wọn kò sáyé bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sí àyè níbẹ̀.
ẹ lè tẹ̀lé wọn débẹ̀.
ẹ ò lè tẹ̀lé wọn débẹ̀.
wọ́n fẹ́ lọ kí kábíyèsí Olúbàdàn.
ọba ṣeré fún baba lónìí.
a kí bàbá wa kábíyèsí bàbá dada Fádèmí ìsòyè ẹ̀kẹ́rin balógun lẹ̀wẹ̀.
àṣẹ kábíyèsí fáwọn. ẹ dákun amọ̀ ní gbẹ́gbọ́.
Hello. Olórí ìdílé jagun tilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn ààrẹ ní olóyè Taofeek báyìí lóyè Kẹfà mákàjí báyìí lóyè mẹ́tàgbà.
gbogbo àwọn ìdílé jagunjagun lẹ̀ Ìbàdàn. oníta bá sọ̀rọ̀ pé Ìbàdàn ṣe kíṣà lọ́rọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ wọ̀nyí lẹ́yìn kí á máa fi ṣàkátàkà wọn.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni Adékúnlé ìyálóde olóyè Adékẹ́kọ̀ọ́ Àkàndé ààrẹ onígbọ́ ìyálóde olóyè Asirat Àjíbọ́lá àti àjẹ́ ìyálóde olóyè Ayọ̀
olóyè Abdulrasheed ọmọ òkú ọ̀hún àríyíò.
previous exercise as a cynically dismissed as a repeat of what was done before.
ìwọ ní yìí báyìí àríkàṣe ńlá níyì ọlá ní ìlànà yìí tí gómìnà náà bá dé ní àfihàn wípé à ń tẹ̀. kíyèsí o bàbá.
ẹ ṣé o gbogbo Ìbàdàn mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín Ọlọ́run àjò sẹ́yìn náà. fún yín lọ́balọ́ba tẹ wá láti lùmí sí yàtọ̀ síbàdàn láyọ̀ lẹ́ máa padà wálé. governor of the whole state. Tòun á ṣàṣeyọrí. Àwọn tá a fẹ́ fún ní lẹ́yìn ìjókòó wọ̀nyí mi ìfẹ́ fìyẹn dá yín dúró. Láyé àti bàbá náà kò tẹ̀ láyé. Àṣẹ iṣẹ́ àwọn ọdún ẹ máa ká ọyìn àtàwọn ìyàwó yín.
Mo ń bọ̀ sá. Ó bí ọmọ mi títì. Àwọn obìnrin jẹun láàárọ̀ ọkùnrin ò tí ì jẹ nǹkan kan. Kábíyèsí adé akọ́lé orí bàtò pẹ̀lẹ́sẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n máa gbé. Olóyè Lékan Àlàbí gómìnà mẹ́rin as press secretary kò tí ì sí méjì ẹ̀ ń lọ ní Guinness Book of Records. Kábíyèsí aláyélúwà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ bí kábíyèsí gbogbo àti yípẹ́ ṣe nǹkan náà láwọn para wa ṣe wọ̀.
àárín yóò lóko yẹn ló jẹ́ àpò ẹ̀yìn yes babalájí àárín aláyé ìràwọ̀ bí ẹ̀kọ́lá àwọ̀ ẹ̀ àárín o àwọn àti wà níbí aláyé ìràwọ̀ bí ẹ̀kọ́lá àwọ̀ ẹ̀ sọ́ọ̀tì àwọn àwọn àníbí. Ìbàdàn tuntun láwà yìí kábàbí Ìbàdàn kẹrẹ káàdá Yorùbá ayé tí kò láyé kó Ìbàdàn nìkan máa dá lọ dìbò àwọn èèyàn wa máa wò pé ṣé àárín ìgbàlẹ̀ láì bò kọ́ o tí ọba jẹ́ pé ọba kúkúrẹ́ ọba yọjú tó lọ máa gbogbo Ìbàdàn. Wọ́n ní tí àwọn kábíyèsí yìí tí a bá ya lò ìbá ìṣègbè máa ṣòfin àgbà láti ilé ètò máa ṣòfin kéèké. Yes, ẹ̀wọ̀n lábẹ́ imperial majesty aláké ọ̀rẹ́ gallant owó yẹ àwọn kábíyèsí àbúrò àti dábòlá ọ̀bẹ̀ẹ̀mẹ̀.
2023.
Ọkùnrin oníròyìn sí sùúrù fún o.
Governor of Oyo State.
So ti gbọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀rù rẹ eégún fẹ́ jó òjò fẹ́ rọ̀ aláṣọ kan lòun owó rẹ. Àwọn pánúmọ́ gómìnà ló ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn tí wọ́n bá lẹ́nu pé èèyàn kó ń bẹ̀ bí ọ̀bà kó ń bẹ̀.
Olúbàdàn
Advisory Council.
Royal fathers here present to the Heavenly Majesty for this privilege granted to all of us present here today. This historical and memorable occasion. This day wouldn't have come to be without the gracious approval given to my request for the elevation of the members of my council, Olúbàdàn Advisory Council, to beaded crown-wearing Oba Majesties by the People's Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, and for which I say a big thank you to Your Excellency. Make the opening controversy on today's event a welcome one, being our familiar pattern and style in Ibadan. In short, whatever we are today in Ibadan, as far as our traditional system is concerned, products of passed through, and there is no shying away from making this our own contribution to the system with the conviction that posterity will record us rightly. Just like exercise generated controversy, today has not been spared, as well as for propriety. The fact that the issue refused to die, despite it up to the point of my coronation last year, it means it is an idea that has come, that has some and worthy of embrace. It is sad. Hello? Please Please, let's have some quiet. It is sad, fair to note the differences between this current approach and the previous exercise as they dismissed what was before. Whereas that Olubadan as the and originated today's exercise among are more than change the narratives. This particular occasion for a long speech, where one can go on educating the public on the issues of what we are doing here today, but to say and appeal to that there is a consensus violence in Ibadan land to wear crowns and be addressed as obas. Again, we all subscribe to the ancient fact and tradition of our high chiefs being superior to our baales, and even administratively. The high chiefs representing the Olubadan as the acting chairman in our various local government traditional councils superintend over the baales. Would the baales crowned as obas be removing their crowns when going presided over by chiefs? This would be absurd. We cannot do without reference to the indignation our high chiefs suffer at public gatherings where they are usually well-deserved courtesies and addressed as Oba. I've heard some people hammering the uniqueness of the traditional system, painting the picture of trying to alter it with what we are doing with this elevation. Far from it, the system remains as it is. Nothing changes in our succession plan, and the titles with which our high chiefs are elevated remain, both in nomenclatures and in functions. As they are Oba, they also maintain their position as another notable observation worthy of public clarification with the fear of the stool of Olubadan losing respect, honor, and prestige because of the elevation of the high chiefs to bearded crown-wearing obas as royal majesties. I don't think it can happen, or I don't see it happening, because the stool of Olubadan is sacred and one that nobody dares to desecrate for whatever reason or purpose. What is more, today's high chiefs are tomorrow's Olubadans. Please listen. Today's high chiefs are tomorrow's Olubadans, and the law of what you sow, you will reap, or the admonition of our forefathers that when you want to go and bury your senior brother nakedly, take along your senior brother. Ẹni tí ó bá fẹ́ lọ sí ìhòòhò kó rántí láti mú àbúrò dání should remain our guide. This is a covenant. Suffice to add that today's program is two-faced, with the elevation of some of our baales in Ibadan land to obas and royal highnesses coming up as the phase 2 and at a later date. So my brother baales' minds should be at peace and in their own preparation for a similar outing like this at the shortest possible dates. Your Excellency, in absentia, top government functionaries here present, our invited leaders, both from the states and outside the states, eminent personalities, my of and gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for creating time to witness this epoch-making event. As I present the whole world my elevated high chiefs, who as from today become royal majesties, just as they retain and maintain their respective positions on the ladder of the Olubadan of Ibadan lands too. Abundance of Allah's blessings at all times, and his journey masses back to your respective destinations. Òkè Ìbàdàn á gbè wá o. Ọba Moshood Ọlálékan Balógun CFR Ali Okunlade II, 42nd Olubadan of Ibadan land.
Ẹ bá ṣe kábíyèsí o.
Kábíyèsí o.
Ọ̀rọ̀ kábíyèsí la gbọ́ yẹn. Bákan náà mo láyọ̀ láti fi tó wa lé. Àrólé o.
Allahu akbar, Allahu akbar, wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Bàbá wa ìmáàmù àgbà fún gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, wọ́n la dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run. Wọ́n ní a sì bá gbogbo wa náà dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run. Tí ọjọ́ òní tó sojú wa, wọ́n la dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ọba náà. Wọ́n ní bàbá wa tí wọ́n jẹ́ gọ́fúnà wa, ó sọ wọn báyìí, Ọlọ́run ọba ò má jẹ́ wọn ó sì o, má jẹ́ wọn ó sì ṣe, má jẹ́ wọn ó sì ṣe wọlá Muhammad. Wọ́n ní gbogbo àwọn ìjòyè náà tá a gbé sókè, Ọlọ́run ọba, Ọlọ́run má ṣì wọ́n lọ́nà wọlá Muhammad. Àgbéga 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 iná ní ń bá ìlú Ìbàdàn tó sì bá gbogbo Ọ̀yọ́ state ẹ̀kúnmọ́ rẹ̀ wá ńlẹ̀ wọlá Muhammad. Wọ́n ní bàbá wa Olúbàdàn tilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn táwọn ọmọ wọn tún ń jẹ́, wọ́n ní àwọn ní ọ̀sẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kejì. Ọlọ́run ọba o, dáadáa wà ń sojú wọn, dáadáa náà má jẹ́ ó bàjẹ́ wọlá Muhammad. Àwọn náà Ọlọ́run kó wọn má bàjẹ́. Wọ́n ní gbogbo àwọn ìjòyè pátá, Ọlọ́run bá dákun àkùwàtà illa billahi àlìyé. Wọ́n ní gbogbo àwọn ọba tí wọ́n wá láti ìlú káàkiri láàní dákọ̀ wọn, ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo wọn pátá Ọlọ́mọ wọn, ọmọ yẹjú wọn, jẹ́ wọn gúnlé ayọ̀. Ìlú tiwọn náà má jẹ́ ó dàrú wala la hawla wala quwwata illa billahi. Wọ́n ní àwọn olórí wa, Alhaji wa Demak, Ọlọ́run bá dákun, Ọlọ́run bá ní kọ́ wọn máa ṣe wọlá Muhammad. Àgbéga dáadáa bá ní ṣe fáwọn náà la quwwata illa billahi àlìyé.
Ní Ìbàdàn, ní Ọ̀yọ́ state àti ní Nàìjíríà, a fi gbogbo àwọn tí a fẹ́ ṣe àṣeyọrí fún lónìí, àwọn ọba ẹ bá ní wà pẹ̀lú Olúwa. Olúbàdàn wa bá ní fún ní ẹ̀mí gígùn àti ara rere Olúwa. Gbogbo àwọn tó wá bá wa yọ̀ bá ní wà pẹ̀lú wọn. Ayọ̀ la wá síbí, ìjábá ayọ̀ sílé Olúwa. Bá a ṣe wá síbí ìláyọ̀, ká máa padà láyọ̀, bọ́jà kẹ́nikẹ́ni kó ní accident lójú ọ̀nà Olúwa. Ìlú Ìbàdàn má jẹ́ ó bàjẹ́ Olúwa. Láìpẹ́ lájìnà, jẹ́ kí àwa náà lè di state, kí Ìbàdàn state kí ó wà, kí ayọ̀ kí ó wà, kárí jẹ, kárí mu, kárí ná, kárí lò, kí lọ́yọ̀, kí ìlú Ìbàdàn kó má bàjẹ́, kí ìlú Ìbàdàn kó má bàjẹ́. Agbára ọwọ́ yọ̀wọ́ yìí kó má wà pẹ̀lú wa. Àwọn ọba wa tá bá fún ní adé lónìí, fún ọ ní ẹ̀mí gígùn, fún ọ ní àlàáfíà ara ní ilé wọn. Gbogbo local government wọ́n kọ̀kànlá, aya gbogbo yín sí mímọ́, yóò sì dára fún yín. Jésù Olúwa wa.
Àmín, àmín. Wípé kò wọ́n jẹ́ orúkọ wọn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọba tí fi ọba jẹ. Olódùmarè ọba yóò jẹ́ kẹ́mi ẹ bí mo pẹ́ ṣe é pẹ́, ìrùkẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ yín yóò yókè ni. Àwí bẹ́ẹ̀ lónìí, ọba Olúgbẹ́ yóò gbọ́. àwí bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ọ̀bọ̀lúgbà yóò gbà ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ lóde wọn yóò jẹ́ kórí bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn ọba wọn pẹ́ bí wọ́n pẹ́ wọ́n dàgbà wọ́n dògbò ìlú Ìbàdàn yóò máa rójú ni o yóò máa tòsí ni o kò ní bàjẹ́ o Ifá ní àdàbàkẹ́lúkẹ awo wọn lóde Ìbàdàn adébá fún wọn ní òde Ìbàdàn níjọ́ tí wọ́n.
Thanks for joining us again on the News Hour on Biscon Television. I am Stella Power. We'll begin with our top stories. On the national scene, panel storms Autumn's automobile workshop impounds vehicles. Lagos Assembly seeks constitution review to accommodate state police. In business news, again, Forbes ranks Dangote Africa's richest man. On the foreign scene, Facebook says China trolls evolving in push for influence. And in the weather sports, Everton to part ways with Iwobi for suitable fee. Now the news in full. The Asset Recovery Committee set up by Benue State Governor Hyacinth Alia on Tuesday stormed the automobile workshop owned by former Governor Samuel Ortom with towing vehicles and removed some vehicles.